I think for me, the idea that everybody, all of us are made in the image of God, reminds me that God is present in human community, that it's not just about me as an individual, but that God is present in all the diversity of humanity, that God is present regardless of our shape or size, our colour, our gender, our sexuality. There's a whole range of ways in which God is made present and which God's image is reflected in creation.
I look at my kids and different facial expressions or things that they do, you can see yourself, and maybe from a photo you'll see an expression from when you were a younger child and you can see it, and it's kind of, it's unusual, it's weird, but yet at the same time it's kind of exciting. And I wonder what it's like for God when he looks at us.
I can think of instances where, people have wanted to punch me in the face, and I'm trying to see, Jesus in that person. It's incredibly challenging in the moment. But I also know that beyond what's happening in the particular moment, that there are very real people in the midst of that engagement that are made in God's image and for whom God wants fullness of life. And therefore, in my role, I'm called to kind of be a part of that and to do what I can to redeem that image.
The concept of humanity being the created image of God, leading to universal human rights, turns art into activism. And in the 21st century has been a great example of how we see more and more people utilising their art, utilising their talents and skills to raise awareness regarding issues of injustice and inequality. I think, art can sometimes be seen as indulgent or a distraction from the proper business of community and society, but I think an understanding of the image of God in all people leads to an understanding of equality, and I think that's when art hits the road and starts to build a better world.
Basically, I try to see that everybody's been made in God's image, so we've all got God in us. Sometimes it's hard to see, but I believe that God is showing me more of who he is when I look at other people, whether I know they know him or not. People show me more of him all the time, just the way they interact with other people, the way they laugh together, have fun together, challenge one another. I think that's all those things. You can see God in all of that.
So in Jesus' concern for people that are at the margins of society, in Jesus' particular way of addressing and responding to people in need, the poor and the marginalised, then I feel to be a follower of Jesus means to respond to the same kind of people in my society now, and to be a part of the Salvation Army's response to people who are hurting at the edges of society, who have fallen through the cracks of society's safety net.
And of course that has to start with ourselves. So every day, if you go, as you go about your communities, your neighbourhoods and your jobs, then I have to remember that everyone I'm encountering is the image of God, no matter how hard it might be to negotiate that from day to day.